This video contains sample clips from the course Solving Inequalities, Part 2. Of the inequality by the same positive expression in order to still have a true inequality statement.
That's right. If star is less than square, then the multiplication property of inequality shows us that answer choice C is correct.
Multiplication property of inequality says that 2 times x over 2 is still less than 2 times 3.
Nicely done. If x over 2 is less than 3, then x over 2 times 2 is less than 3 times 2.
We must multiply the other side of the inequality by the same negative number or expression. But we must also reverse the direction of the inequality symbol in order to still have a true statement. Remember, you must change the direction of the inequality symbol when you multiply an inequality by a negative number or expression.
You're right. If star is less than square, then if we multiply by a negative number, answer choice B is correct.
And we must reverse the direction of the inequality symbol.
You're right. If x over negative 2 is less than 3, then the next step in the solution process is answer choice A.
Our rule says that we must divide the other side of the inequality by the same number or expression, and we will still have a true inequality statement. 2x over 2, or 2x divided by 2, is still less than or equal to 6 divided by 2. Then our rule says that we must divide the other side of the inequality by the same negative number or expression. Also, we must remember to change the direction of the inequality symbol to the opposite direction from the original inequality statement in order to still have a true statement. Remember, you must change the direction of the inequality symbol when you divide by a negative number or expression.
Very nice. If star is greater than square, then if we divide by a negative number, answer choice B is correct.
Then we can say that a negative 2x over a negative 2, or a negative 2x divided by negative 2, is greater than or equal to 6 over a negative 2. Notice again, we reversed the direction of the inequality because we divided both sides of the inequality statement by a negative number. In this section, we're going to learn about solving inequalities using the multiplication property of inequality. We must do the same thing to the right-hand side of the inequality. The direction of the inequality symbol remains the same because we multiplied both sides by a positive expression. We mark a point on the number line that represents the value of the expression, wherever that may be. We draw an open circle around that point because it is a boundary point. It does not represent a value that is part of the solution set. It helps us describe the solution set. We shade the points to the left of that point on the number line because those points represent the number values that are less than our expression.
Good. we can represent the solution set C with this shading on the number line.
First, we mark the point on the number line that represents the value 6. We draw an open circle around that point because 6 is not one of the numbers we want to represent. It helps us describe those numbers. We shade to the left of that point to represent the numbers that are less than 6.
Yes, we can represent x as less than 6 with this shading on the number line.
We're going to multiply it by the negative expression. Our rules say that we must do the same thing to the right-hand side of the inequality and multiply it by the same expression. The direction of the inequality must be changed. Remember, shading to the right means greater than, and the open circle means not included or not equal to.
Very nice. We can represent answer choice C with this shading on the number line.
We're going to multiply it by a -2. Remember, our rules say that we must do the same thing to the right-hand side of the inequality, and we must multiply it by a -2 as well. The moment we write the -2 in multiplication in a step with an inequality, we must change the direction of the inequality symbol. Here, we change it from the less than direction to the greater than direction. Remember, we must multiply both sides of the inequality by the -2, and we must reverse the direction of the inequality symbol.
Nicely done. If x over -2 is less than 3, the next solution step is answer choice A.
First, we mark the point that represents the number a -6 on the number line. We draw an open circle around that point because it is not to be included in the graph, because -6 is not included in the solution set. But it does help us describe the numbers that are in the solution set. To represent the numbers that are greater than a -6, we shade to the right on the number line. In this section, we're going to learn about solving inequalities using the division property of inequality. Left-hand side of the inequality by the negative number or expression. And our rules say that we must do the same thing to the other side of the inequality and divide it by the negative number or expression as well. It is very important to remember that since we are dividing by a negative number or expression, the direction of the inequality symbol changes from the original statement. We divide both sides of the inequality by the negative expression, and we must change the direction of the inequality symbol.
Very good. If we are at this point in the solution process, the next step is answer choice B.
The number line that represents our boundary number. This is strictly a boundary number because it is not one of the solutions. It will help us describe the numbers that are our solutions. So we draw an open circle around this point to express that idea. We want to represent the numbers that are greater than this boundary number. To do that, we shade the points on the number line to the right of this boundary point. Rules say that we must do the same thing to the other side of the inequality and divide it by a -2 as well. We must also remember that the direction of the inequality symbol must now be reversed. Because we are dividing both sides of the inequality by a negative number, the direction of the inequality changes from the original direction of less than to the greater than direction. Shading to the right means greater than, and again the open circle means not included or not equal to.
Good work. We can represent x is greater than -3 with this shading on the number line.
Solving Inequalities, Part 2.